I've been doing so much of nothing today, which is going to make my video for next week so exciting. I might supplement a day, like I'm going to mix this Wednesday and next Wednesday filming if I can, because honestly, if I just use like the footage that I got today, there's nothing to show you. There was walking, and then I went to class and I didn't film anything in my class because that's I don't do that. I don't film in my classes. And then more walking, and I got coffee, and then I took a nap when I got back to my apartment, and I made food a couple times, and I sat on my computer, and that's all I've done. Every last bit that's what I've done. So like a day in the lifestyle video for today. Oh man, I'm sure you'd be super into it. But we did do some interesting things in one of my classes today, which I can talk about in this video, and then something will happen in the next video. I look really weird because I like just washed my face and put like lotion on. Me in my natural state of things, except I still have eye makeup on because I'm really bad at washing my face. Shh, don't tell anyone. In my Intro to Mass Communications class, we watched a documentary on Fox News. Those of you in the UK, I don't know if you know much about Fox News, but it is like the worst, most biased news program we have in America. That's probably not true because every news source is biased and every news source has some spin on things. Like I think Fox News is the most conservative, super biased news source that we have, and it's kind of just like propaganda. Wouldn't really call it news, and my mass communications professor is so like passionate about how it's not good reporting. None of it is good reporting, and especially O'Reilly. He's one of the reporters on Fox News, and he just yells at people, and he's so rude, and he doesn't allow for intelligent discourse, and it's so frustrating because they showed a lot of him like being rude in the documentary that we watched, like him yelling at people to shut up, and it made me want to punch babies in the face. Man, my arm is getting tired. Okay, and I think MSNBC is like the most liberal skewed news source that we have, but we just like talked about that in class today, and so we have Friday off because everyone actually spoke in my class, which was exciting. But anyway, yeah, Fox News, shitty news. They pretty much like Rush Limbaugh. I think or not Rush Limbaugh, Rupert Murdoch is like the person who owns Fox News, and he uses it pretty much just to show his own agenda. And like the most frustrating thing that they do on Fox News is to say something that is probably the reporter's opinion, and they don't want it to come off like that, because if it's the reporter's opinion, then it's not actually news, it's just an opinion. They say, some people say, and then they say their opinion, and there's no sourcing, there's no credibility to any of it, and it's news should be I mean, I'm not going to say that news should not be biased, but it should at least show as much of both sides as it can, and it should give sources, like credible sources of like documents and all that stuff. Like that's why I think Philip DeFranco is actually like a really good news source, because they try to like, because Philip DeFranco tells you when he's being biased, and he's not ashamed of it, but like Fox News pretends that that they are not biased. They pretend that they're fair and balanced. Like that's actually their slogan, is that they're fair and balanced. Like no, they're not. They're not at all. They just, like, if they're biased, just tell us, it's cool, we know, we're aware that you're probably biased, but the fact that you don't say that you're biased, the fact that you say that you're fair and balanced news, while also saying things like, in the documentary is around the Bush era, like one of the elections for Bush, and like they would say 208 days until Bush is re-elected president. It's like, that's not something you say if you're a fair and balanced news station. So there you go, random. It's called Outfoxed, some like Rupert Murdoch's war on journalism, I think is what it's called. So if you want to watch that and be really mad at Bill O'Reilly, go for it. But yeah, that's the only interesting thing I did today. So bye guys.